So I'm here at Norfolk Hardware because I want to get some stakes for my garden. At the same time, I saw this beautiful mural here that I never saw before, and I just wanted to let you see the mural. I think it is so nice, and it really shows this Dorchester area and the beauty that's in our community. So I just wanted to share that. I'm here in Dorchester, and they have what is called Clark's Farm. And here they have local gardening. It's with the Urban Farming Institute, Fowler Clark Ebsen Farm, and you can do get fresh vegetables here by the Urban Farming Institute. This is so amazing because we're right in the middle of Dorchester, in Mattapan actually. Look at these beautiful sunflowers. Hello, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. I bought these dahlias from Costco, the Cartouche American Dawn dahlias, and they have been sitting in my home for a while here, and they need to get out in the ground. I'm starting to see some growth there. So I know that I need to put them in the ground, and I purchased these stakes from Norfolk Hardware, and I want to go over here to where the look at the bird. Can you see the bird? I think that swallow likes me because he seems to follow me all of the time in the garden. Isn't he cute? But anyway, here is where I want to stake up these dahlias. You see this here? That's one dahlia plant, and I had the stake from before, so I just want to keep it uniformed and have the same staking system. So what I'm going to do is just stake each one of these plants. I am so glad that they are coming up, and I'm looking forward to seeing them here in this area. So here's one, and I did pinch it back, so I think the stake is just going to really help to support it. So what I want to do is just kind of just push it in here like so, and then for now just wrap it around like that, and then that way I know that it's not going anywhere. So then this is another one, and it's nice and big. Look at that. And it's shooting up. I pinched it earlier, so it's shooting up and it has different branches there. That is fantastic. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now here is another one that is pretty large too, and I don't have a large stake like those others there, but I think that this will do for now. And so I just want to just stake it in there, push it back and stake it in. Yeah, and so that way it'll grow straight. So I put it in straight, yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you know, I found this little one here. I think I'm going to pull this up because it's competing with and I'll find another location. Oh, look at that. I also pulled up my begonia, so I'm definitely going to have to replant that. But I want to make sure that this gets staked, because you see how it's like leaning like that. So this needs a stake here. Yeah, so it is really close to that. Oh my goodness, is it from the same plant? Yeah, it is. So actually what I need to do is just lean it on this like that and let this just fall out and fill in that space. Wow, I think that can work. Kind of push it back a little bit and lean on it. That's great. Now let me check out this here and see if it's from the same tuber. It might just be. Look at this. This one is here also. It might be an extension. But and then here's one right here. So now this is going to get some space to grow. So let me put a stake there so I'll know that it's there. And I'll stake that in. Yeah. So the good thing about having the stakes around here like this is that I'll be able to string it. And you know what I might do? Just take that so that they're all the same size. But no, I think these two are really enjoying this. But 'cause what I was thinking was maybe that I could transfer it. But I'll leave it like that. Let's see if I'm missing any. No. All right. So I think that's good. Now my dahlias have a chance to stand tall and erect here in this space. That's pretty good. Back up so you can get a better glance of what I'm talking about. And while we're here, let's take a look at the beautiful, beautiful Casablanca lilies. Their fragrance is intoxicating. But soon they will be done, and when they're finished, then I will have the dahlias to be the centerpiece of this particular garden bed. And the fruit trees also are a great accent here. And I also have these other flowers. They're like a marsh marigold, and they grow, and they have tall, of course, and they have big, beautiful yellow, bushy kind of flowers. So that's going to be good. Soon these daylilies will be over, and I'll cut them back. And we have the flower of the hosta here that's coming in, along with the flower and color of the impatiens. So there's a lot going on in this bed, and just trying to beautify it and make it look good for each and every time in this season, this growing season. Oh, these lilies are absolutely gorgeous. The stakes that I had, I'm using them here to stake up these eggplants. And they're growing really well. The eggplants are doing fabulous. And they're starting to actually flower and fruit. You can see a little eggplant developing here. And we have the flower. Isn't that pretty? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 really good plants, eggplants growing, and I think that's going to just be fantastic here. They look happy. My cabbages are still surviving, which is a good thing. I think that there are some eggplants in between the cabbages that I had planted. And well, look, there's one right there. And here's another one. They're kind of small, but you know, they'll have to fight to survive. Here's another one. But I really like how those are shaping up over there. This bed underneath the oak tree has been going through a lot of transition. I love the impatiens that are surrounding it here in the front, and the rhododendron is starting to grow out and thicken up a little bit more. I also have here the daylilies that have come in, and accompanying them are some bee balm that I planted here, which are doing really well. And I do like this combination of bee balm and daylily together. So I'm hoping that they will thicken up. When I pulled the tulips from this bed, it left an empty space here. So I put this pot here of purple perella in the center, and then I also transplanted some of the dead nettle and put it there as a ground cover, so that next year it will fill out this area and it won't be an empty space, but it'll actually grow up with the tulips that are in this area. Now this is mint, and we planted this mint in first just as a filler, but it is really taken over, so I continue to harvest it and cut it back. Now these are so beautiful. These are drumstick alliums that I got from Costco. And I didn't realize that this is how they were going to look. But they've come back from last year. And so I've kept them here. And, you know, just add a little whimsy to the garden there. And then this is the lanium here. And it has spread. And it fills this side of the garden. I also have another rhododendron here, which is spreading, also with a geranium and a hosta. But in the back, I have two hydrangeas, and they are the lace cap style. I put them here because I thought that will protect them and help them. Last year they flowered. This year I don't have anything. But they're being overtaken by the weeds. So what I would like to do is to remove these weeds, and I'm going to leave that particular hydrangea, that one, and there's another one tucked in here. I don't know if you could see it because it's covered by all those weeds and things. And I'm going to dig it up and transplant it into a different area. I think I'm going to put it in the front garden area and move it from being surrounded by all that stuff and clean up this bed. So I am in this bed working, and I want to get to that hydrangea back there. But I also saw something I think that will benefit from being in a sunny location, and that happens to be this plant, which I've had for a long time, planted in the shade, and it is Autumn Sedum Joy, which really needs to be in the sun. So what I'm going to do is dig it up, take it from here, and put it in the jewel garden, so that it'll be able to get a lot of sun, and it will show up for the fall, giving me fall color. So this is the one that I want to take up here. This one right here. And this was a division from a bigger hydrangea plant that I had. So I want to move it from here and put it in the front. And it's not really getting that much sun or light, whereas this one here is doing much better. So I'm going to leave that one there, but I'm going to move this one and also move this plant as well, this Sedum Autumn Joy, to the front jewel garden space. Mint, the peppermint has really taken over here, and so I think just really pulling out this mint from here is a good thing. The other thing I could do is to plant some of this liatris, or lamian, I think it's liatris, anyway, dead nettle, and let it kind of trail over this way. Just put patches of it this way so that it continues all the way around. And I have two pots that I had started from cuttings, and I think I'm going to move them here instead of putting them back where they were before. Yeah, so let me get busy. I wasn't so successful in digging this up from the plant there, and it broke off. So what I'm going to do is put it in some water and plant it up and see if I could propagate this in another pot, in its own pot. But I do have a lot of roots here, and I still have this one piece here. So what I'm going to do is just cut this back, all of this dead wood. There's something here that might grow, and put it in space somewhere and see what happens. but obviously it was not really thriving that well where it was. So I'm glad that I dug it up. And then here is the sedum autumn joy, which I'm going to move to the front garden. This is the bed now, and I did some cleaning up and weeding and so forth, and just kind of changed it around. So this is what it looks like now. Not much, but will be something. I planted some more of the dead nettle here so that it'll come around this way. I moved this pot that was in the front here to kind of fill in the gap where the hydrangea was. So what I'm going to do is still come back in here and figure out what else I would like to plant in this area. But for right now, I think this looks more cohesive with what is going on in this bed. I really like this bed. I like it with the impatiens and the alliums, the drumstick alliums, and the dead nettle there, and also the bee balm and these daylilies here. I think that this is just really nice. And then right here I planted some phlox, purple phlox, that are going to come up. I was going to move them, but I think I'm going to leave them there and see how they react to this area. And then I have this beautiful rhododendron here. Now growing around it are the mint, but it just helps to fill up the space, and you really have to deadhead and pull up and weed. And so I think that this bed looks nice now, much more attractive. And you can see the different textures of the leaves and so forth. And now with the changes here, I think that this is really going to help this bed to get back some life in it. It is beautiful. At least I like it. It has that country garden feel. So I moved it up here in this bed, and I placed the sedum autumn joy right here, and it is next to the limelight hydrangea, or a little quick fire shrub hydrangea, and these other plants. I just wanted to show you this. This is a daylily that I had also in another area that I thought needed to be transferred up here, transplanted up here. So I moved this daylily here, and I hope that I got enough root and tubers and so forth. But anyway, I put it here in this bed. I think it's going to look really nice at this corner. And then I also, isn't this a beautiful rose? Oh, I just love this rose here. I also dug up another one of those daylilies that were growing next to one another, and it's going to bloom soon. So I ended up putting it here, so that way I have one at one end and one at the other, and hopefully they will grow now, because I've had them for a while and I think they were in the shade, so they really didn't get the sun that they needed, but now they get plenty of sun. It's a good spot, and hopefully I will have that beautiful daylily. Let me just show you again what it looks like. I'll have this beautiful daylily flanking both ends of this garden. And this color is so similar to the rose, I think. Let's see if I can pull them both into the picture. You see that? The rose is on this end, and the daylily on this end. So it's going to look really pretty when they are established and in next year. And then having it on both ends, it's just going to be beautiful. So I planted the hydrangea bush right here, and I think it will look good in this corner. We'll see if it sends out any more branches or new leaves or anything, but I think it will, and it's here. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How is your garden growing? I hope all is well with you, and I hope that you are having a beautiful summer day. It has been raining here in the Boston area, so everything is green and lush and looking good. But we want to make sure that things aren't falling apart, so that's why I'm staking and weeding and digging and planting and just trying to beef up the beds here at Catherine's Garden and Home. So if you enjoyed this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. What are you doing in your garden? How are you helping to make it more beautiful and ready for the summer activities? Have a great day. Remember, we're gonna grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.